Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a special video today. Well, this evening, shall I say. All my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, some of you probably look at this and go, what the hell is going on there? This is a 12-hour painting challenge. Okay, as the title would suggest, it's not a 24-hour. The reason it's not 24 hours is my schedule doesn't line up to get me free for 24 hours so I can actually concentrate on this. And I thought I had more models here than what I actually have. So if it was 24 hours, this would be done probably, you know, I'd say half the time. So that's why I'm going for 12 hours. But looking at this as well, there are a few models here that I would normally take an hour to paint. So I don't know, see how we're going to get on. But to run you through what I have two Scarab Swarms. Why is there only two? I don't know. There is 22 Necron Warriors, 2 Royal Wardens, 5 Flayed Ones, 1 Kinetic Reanimator, 6 Scorpec Destroyers, and a Necron Overlord. So, as always, my wet palette at the moment only consists of Vulcan Green, Runelord Brass, some Beaten Copper, and some Polished Blue. Because I stupidly thought I'd Steel Legion dragged all the bases, but I haven't. So I'm going to go through and do that first. And then we'll see where we're getting on from there. Well, I'll probably start with a blue, I'd imagine. But I don't know, because there's a 22 Necron Warriors. I know that Runelord Brass is going to really pee me off. So I'll get on with some of the bases. I'll come back to you in a second. Right, I've got 7 guys left to base, Necron Warriors, and 6 Scorpec Destroyers left to do the Steel Legion drag base onto. But I'm just fed up using that same colour now, so I'm going to put that colour down for a bit, switch to start doing some Polished Blue. And I'm going to actually start with ones I haven't actually based yet. I'm going to sort of base out for. Go with the Polished Blue on the shoulder pads. Because I know the Runelord Brass is going to really annoy me. It's going to really start to annoy me when I come to using it on all these Necron Warriors. But you know, I'll probably end up doing a handful of them and then put the colour down and start and doing a different colour on a different model and keep switching and changing like that. Let's keep it fresh and keep it not. I don't get bored of it. Not that you get bored of painting anyway. Certainly not when you see the model coming together. You hear them birds in the background. And absolutely crazy. I wouldn't mind, but it's it's gone 8 o'clock, I think, 10 past 8 or something like that. In the evening. The other night, me and the wife were outside the front having a smoke, and I think it was about 10:30 or something. And they were there chirping away, and it was pitch black. I was like, well, why the hell are they singing at this time of night when it's night time? I can hear, I don't know if it's hear that running around in the rafters. I think that's them flapping away inside there. I don't know if they're, yeah, it's them. I think they're flapping away inside that roof part there. They're noisy bastards, aren't they? Between them and the cows. I did actually put where they had nested, there was actually there was a hole there before they started nesting in there, and I filled it with expanding foam. And then the birds come along and started pecking away at the expanding foam to take that for nesting. And as soon as there's a little gap in there, I think it was starlings they've got in there. So noisy. Let me just do a couple of. Each time I sit there and watch me doing. I have to be careful with these guys because they have flesh hanging off of them. So I have to be very careful with the flayed ones. Starting to add some colours on there, looking fantastic. A lot of flesh on him. So it looks more like the Batman than anything, doesn't he? Oh my goodness me. The skin hanging off him. And I'll crack on with some more of those and I'll come back to you in a second. Right, so now I'm going to go on to some Runelord brass. And the way that I'm going to do this on all the Necron Warriors is just to paint the whole body Necron brass. Arms, legs, the chest piece, but I miss out the little emblem in the middle there. There's a little emblem in the middle there, just you can't see that there. I'm going to paint maybe 5 or 6 of them with Runelord brass. Then I'll move on to something else with Runelord brass. Then come back round to them. Be very careful on the back panels there. The spine. There's a lot of detail on their legs and stuff. There's nooks and, not detail, but like nooks and crannies where if you wanted to, you could really go over them afterwards with some kinetic alloy and just dry brush it and really make those areas pop. Even the little bits hanging out the bottom of them, I paint them kinetic alloy, the Runelord brass, because these are just the basic troops. These are not nothing special. These are just normal guys. There's 22 of them here. We've got another 13 or so painted already from the previous painting challenge. You can already see how many there is that I have. Well, I'm going to get on with the rest of him and then go through another 4 or 5 and then move on to something else. something else, and then come back and do a few more of these, and then move on to, yeah, this is the way I'm going to get it done. So need the Scale Swarms Kinetic Ally. Just do the feet gently around their outer shell, their little triangle eye bit. Just try to get as much of that as possible without getting a little eye bit. So it's trying to zoom in on the models behind. Don't want it to do that. And these are perfect for the Kinetic Alloy dry brush over the top. This one I've just done. This one I've done just before. Yeah. This is my 2 Scarabs bases that I have here. So I'm going to crack back on with it. Give this guy a bit of a Runelord brass. Down the legs. You see this big model, you think, oh yeah, that's easy to paint. Yeah, there's actually a lot of detail on this. Actually a hell of a lot of detail, surprisingly. Right, so I've reshuffled everything just to mix up a little bit instead of having all the Necron Warriors in one block, because I've got 2 Scarab Swarms here. They're nearly completed. So what I'm probably going to do is just finish these guys off, and then that's 2 done. Then I can move them out of the way and move 2 more down. I've got the 2 Royal Wardens over here. Pretty much done the Runelord brass on mostly everything. There's 5 Necron Warriors here that need to be Runelord brass. Nikon Overlord, which is just behind here. He needs some Runelord brass on him. And I have 1 Scorpion Destroyer left to have Runelord brass on him. So I'm going to crack on with these 2 guys first of all. Get these done out of the way. Right, so I'm going to get some Moot Green. Just a little bit. I'm going to come in here. I was going to dab it into the I actually put some Vulcan green in the little dots already on these ones. Just there, in the little eyes. And then just chuck some in the little strip at the back of them. Now with that little strip in the back of them, even if I get on the silver part, doesn't matter because it looks like light reflecting. So here's the before. Back of my hand actually side by side. Here's the before. Here's the after. The blue green, yeah. Very simple, very easy. So a little bit. Just quickly do this one. Then we'll go back to, whilst that's drying, I'm going to go back to doing the Warlord brass on these. Probably get 2 or 3 of these guys done, and that'll be dry, and I'll come back to show you some more on the Scarab Swarm. So now I've got a bit of White Scars White on the brush. I'm just going to come in and just tap it in there. The White Scars White is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. And if you're not happy the first time round, all you have to do is go back over it again. Okay. Let's come over these ones. Okay, yep. Just a little streak inside the little back part of them. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's not that noticeable. Okay, as that dulls down, that'll be nice. I'm going to go the first one again because I just want to, there's a few dots here that I'm not happy with. Right, that's then 2 models done. Yay! First 2 done it, the whole lot. I knew they'd be the first ones, so they're so easy to paint. Now, they're literally just Kinetic Alloy. Sorry, not Kinetic Alloy. Warlord Brass, Vulcan Green, there's some Moot Green, and then just a little touch of white. So, now I need to take a moment, decide what I'm going to do next. Right, I'm going to go to the Royal Warden now. I'm going to go for some Retributor armour. I'm going to whack it on his collar piece. Way down to his little chest emblem. Doesn't have anything else, just his gun and his pipe work, his little cloak on the back. That's it. Do that on him, do that on the other one as well. Necron Overlord here. I've done Rune Lord brass on his arms and his legs. Okay. I do have plan on going back over him with some kinetic alloy. And I'm going to do his chest piece with the gold. With the Retributor armor. In here as well, because it's just a big chunky model. His head crest. And his head. We're going to miss his little eye socket on top of his head. He's got a lot of detail on the back of him, isn't he? I love his cloak. His cloak's actually amazing. We're just going to paint his little belt as well, gold. Right, back to the Royal Wardens. We're going to go with Vulcan Green. And I'm doing the gun barrels. Okay. Now, as with the Scarab Swarms, that's what I'm setting this up for. So I can just really come in and do minimum amount of work and make it look amazing. And get into this little section here as well. At the end of the gun barrel. Yeah, so you can see at the end of it's nice and green. I don't need to show you this on the Necron Warriors because it's the same process. Okay. So I'll do this on this one and on the other guy. And then go through a handful of Necron Warriors with the green. And then as soon as this colour's dry on this guy and on the other guy, I'll then come back through and do a different colour on them. Don't need to see me do this again. So the green is done on all the Necron Warriors on their gun barrels. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around and do his chest piece here on every single one, just with some lead belcher airbrush paint. We're gonna, it's as simple as this. Just a little over the top, nice and easy. Yeah, that's it. Nice and simple. It doesn't look like much now, but when it dries, it will stand out a little bit. See, I've rearranged them again. Let's just try and keep it fresh. I'm going to do those, and I'll come back to them because I want to get some more work done on the flayed ones. What I'm actually going to do with the flayed ones, as I've got the silver paint out, I'm going to paint all their blades silver. Okay. Right. That's all. Excuse me. That's all the silver done. I'm going to go to Dark Angels Green and do all the weapons. Now, the rest of them are just painting normal Dark Angels Green, the bladed weapon, on the Scorpic Destroyers. But this guy, you can see I've got a bit of silver here and there. Now I'm going to just wash some on. The idea is to hopefully it'll give me a nice effect coming through. And we'll see what happens when it dries. I didn't paint the whole thing, the whole blade silver, I just painted parts of it. I've also done it on the Overlord, because I think if it works out nice, it'll look absolutely amazing. If it's not that great, it's one model, and that's a character model, and one of these guys, but it's not the end of the world, you know. It's just one model. I tried it, it didn't really work. But we'll see. I'm actually very confident at the moment because each unit on the paint table here only needs a few colours on each. So these Scorpic Destroyers only need the feet done, the blades finished, and that's them. I mean, there's a few little power nodes here I need to do. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, so that's him. Pushing the paintbrush across the box. Let's go on to this guy. So as you can see, I've done his orb and parts of his blade. So there's some Dark Angels Green. I'm just going to plaster it out. That's the effect I was looking for. Where it's lighter and darker. You see metallic silver coming through. Don't think I watered it down enough for the Scorpic Destroyer, but it's not the end of the world. this guy needs the most work done on him, but I don't know. He's, or should I say, he's the one that's been most neglected so far, only because of he's a single model and everything else is pretty much units. Yes, yeah, so see that nice little light effect in it. That's what I'm aiming for, but see how it looks when it dries. Right, so we're going to do the Scorpic Destroyers now. Right, so now I've got some Ruck Flesh, is that how you pronounce it? So one of the paints that came in the Imperial magazine. And I'm going to go around on the flayed ones and paint all the flesh hanging off of them. It's actually a nice colour. It didn't look that nice in the pot, but it's actually a really nice colour. So there's that flesh hanging off absolutely everywhere on them. It's a nice colour, look at that. It's a really nice colour. I'm going to crack on with the rest of them. See you in a second. Well, so those flayed ones are drying. I've moved over to some beaten copper. Let's get all these legs done. Now when I do this, I sort of wash it on a bit to give me a streaky, metallic-y beaten copper look, and as it goes down it goes a bit dark. Let's do one of these legs. This looks to be absolutely fantastic, because afterwards, if you really wanted to, you could just go over again with like a little dry brush of the beaten copper, make it really stand out even more. Yeah. This one done. So it gives you that sort of beaten copper rustic look, but it's also dark in places. This is the bit that they would use to walk around with and everything else, so it's only serves to be dark at the bottom. When you think you have a pair of shoes or a pair of trainers, the top of it's usually really nice and shiny and nice and new looking. The underneath it looks rubbish. All the walking you've done. So you can always go over and give it another little dry brush afterwards with some more beaten copper just to raise up certain areas of it. Just going to give these legs a little bit more of a once over. Here. Nothing worse when you're painting, like batch painting like this, and you end up missing an arm or a leg and you have to go back and do it again afterwards. So I'm going to carry on with the rest of them. I realise I don't think I've got much footage of this guy. So what I've been doing with him is, as I've been going through and doing colours on, you know, various models, I then add a few colours to this guy. So he's got Kinetic Reanimator, most of his legs, Dark Angel's green on the power orbs. I painted the top of it the Distributor armour. Again on his little face there. That's pretty much some silver onto him. So I'm going to do the Runod brass onto his legs here, his little feet pots. Feet pods, should I say. It's an easy model to put together. But it's a bit of a pain in the backside when it comes to painting him, because there's so much on him. He's so big. But again, the same with this, his feet as the same as the Scorpec Destroyers. I can give it a once over. If I'm not happy here and now, I can just go over and just give it a bit more. Like these little rods, these bits of metal here on his base, I'm going to paint them with the beaten copper first of all to make them look like steel girders. It's still girder on the base here. I'm not going overly over the top on it. Just want to get a little bit of basic colour on it. So a lot of bits, quite a few bits on his base here, to be honest with you. Get on with his legs. Just thought I'll show you, because I don't think I've got any footage of him, but see. So now I'm going to go back to the flayed ones. I'm going to get some Mechrite Red. This is the very old foundation paint, and I'm going to go over the fleshy parts, the skin parts, should I say. Give me a horrible fleshy look to them. Right, back to the Scorpic Destroyers. Get some moot green. Pour it down a little bit. Start going into all these little cracks and crevices. It's the first stage of their moot green. Just into all the cracks and crevices, really watered down, so it flows in there like a wash. So I'm going to crack on with the rest. And this is the one that I did the silver on. Yeah? Look how it's come out. So I ain't even done any highlights on anything, but that's how it's come out. So I think that's the new way going forward. So now I'm going to put the moot green in stage 1. This is watered down moot green. Then water it down so I can get right in those little cracks and crevices. And it can pull nicely in those cracks and crevices. Then you could leave the weapon like that. It looks absolutely fantastic. But I'm always going to go for another little highlight on it here and there. Right, let's grab this bad boy back. I've done the hand. I dry brush silver on the rusted metal. So the rusted metal. So now I'm going to get some white scars white. I'm just going to come in, give all these little power nodes a little touch up. Tie this little dot just to signify this. Knocking the side of it by accident. There is a low paint, so it will go in bright and go dull itself down. It's not a big issue if you mess it up like I have just a minute ago. This bad boy. it's done. So then there's 2 Scarab Swarms, 5 Flayed ones, and a Kinetic Reanimator finished. The Overlord's getting there as well. Let's get some white onto him. There we go, let's go here first. Slowly, on camera, slowly drag it down. Just sort of dry brush it along his spinal column. And the same thing again here, across his cloak. Just gently dry brushing some white. You could sit there and paint each orb individually. But I just think a gentle dry brush, not only will it give you a nice effect, it will still save time as well. Going for his eye there. Well, switching back to the watered down milk green. Get into all these little cracks and crevices. Again, I could leave it like that. That looks actually fantastic. Yeah, but I'm going to go for another stage, you know me. Give his orb a little once over, because that orb looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Again, I could leave it like that, but I'm going to give it some watered down milk green. One thing I did with the Royal Wardens, you know, I painted their backs, their cloak silver. That's Emperor's Children pink, just watered down and put over the top. And this is a purple wash. Okay, just spruce them up a little bit. They're both Royal Wardens, but it keeps them separate on the battlefield. Now I'm going to go back to him. I'm going to go some corn red. I'm going to get the gun barrel. All the warriors have to have this done as well, so pain in the hole. The red is a nice colour as well, because it breaks up from the green and breaks up from the silver metallics, which is always nice. Yeah. So all the rest of the warriors need to have the same thing done as well. All 22 of them. So I'm going to start working around them with the corn red along the gun barrels. I'm not going to get the whole lot done first time round. I'll do as many as I can, probably up to here. Then stop that and go back to the Scorpack destroyers, because it's looking good now. I know I'm almost got, what's that, an hour and a half left. Yeah, an hour and a half left. So it's getting tight, but I'm getting there. Right, guys, it's been a long, hard 12 hours. The alarm went off. I had 2 Scorpack destroyers left just to finish their blades on. The alarm went off, so I turned the alarm off. I finished those last 2 blades, so those are all done. Now, the only things I have left are 2 Royal Wardens and 22 Necron Warriors. When I tell you what's left to do on them, you're going to go, oh my goodness me. So close. So close. Now, the Royal Warden, all I need to do is some beaten copper on his gun arm there. His gun on the blades and spikes on his gun. Yeah. This is the Emperor's Children pink. I was actually thinking about dry brushing it with something. But that wasn't set in stone, but definitely the gun barrel, him the same, just the beaten copper. His cloaks turned out lovely. Just silver in the wash down. Now, Necron Warriors, all the Necron Warriors need is, again, the beaten copper on the gun, and then some moot green on the little dots, and then the little power pack there. That's all they need. Okay? Now, so I've fully finished 6 Scorpack destroyers, 1 Necron Overlord, 5 flayed ones, 2 Scarab Swarms, and 1 Kinetic Reanimator. Absolutely an insane 12 hours. Now, these Necron Warrior guys and the 2 Wardens, I can either just come back to them, you know, tomorrow or something and just do them, or come back and do a little bit here, a little bit there, and over the course of 3 or 4 days do them. I do know that the next Imperial magazine, there's 2 of the issues coming in the next set. Sorry, next 4 that I get, it's 1 set, but 2 of those issues are going to have another 10 Necron Warriors in with the Scarab Swarms, so I know that already. That's not a big issue because I can just glue them up of an evening time, 3 or 4 a day, and then just gravel them, prime them, and then just paint them on, you know, off camera and everything else, a bit here, a bit there. So thank you for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I will bring you down and show you some pretty pictures now, guys. Till next time, see you later. Right, here's some pretty pictures. That's the Scorpack destroyers. Necron Warriors, not finished. 2 Royal Wardens. Flayed ones. Flayed ones are awesome. They are actually amazing sculpts. Pain in the arse to put together, but they are amazing sculpts and lovely to paint. There's my Kinetic Reanimator, which I actually don't think I actually filmed very much footage of him for some bizarre reason. It's because I do one colour on one of these guys, and then I come to him, I'll do the same colour on him, and I do a different colour and I come to him, and I forget to record him. But anyway, guys, I didn't even get a chance to show you how to do these amazing blades. I think I got half of the footage to show you, but I didn't get to fully show you. That looks amazing. Anyway, guys, till next time, take it easy.